Hey guys, this is Ray with DRP Motorsports and welcome back to the shop. Hope each and every one of you are doing well and are blessed. Today's video I'm going to show you Mr. Clay's 2020 Shelby GT500, and it's a really cool car and a little different than the typical car that comes in here. So let's get the camera turned around and let's check it out. Alright guys, here's Mr. Clay's 2020 Shelby GT500. And this is not your typical street-driven Shelby GT500. It's not a track pack model, it's a base model, but you'll look at the decals on the car, you'll know that this is not your typical setup. And if you look right there, you'll see some rubber stuck to the front fascia on the car. This is a road track car, guys. It's got a stock engine in it other than a JLT intake, which you see right there, which does help free up a little bit of power. Stock pulley, stock boost, stock supercharger. Car come in pretty much factory stock other than just the JLT as far as powertrain goes. And the customer wanted to do a few mods to the car that we think will help give him a little bit more straightaway speed, definitely help the car to run cooler and last a little bit longer being driven as hard as it is. And just giving you a walk around the car. No license plate. This is not a licensed street vehicle. I think this is really cool to see a GT500 that's actually being used for the purpose that Ford built it for. I mean, it's a cool car. There's nothing wrong with having these cars as a garage queen, you might say, but Ford built these cars with the goods to run on the racetrack, particularly the road courses. It's got all the oil coolers up under it to keep the fluids cool. It's obviously, you know, it's got the really large Brembo brakes on it. And if you look at those brakes, guys, look at that brake rotor. You can tell that the brakes have been used on this car to stop it. So this car is being driven to its full potential, and I think it's really cool to get a car in here like this. Let me show you the interior real quick. You can see the racing seats that are in it. See that, guys? Full racing seats. Complete racing harnesses. Does have a cage in the car. So this is a race car, particularly a road race setup. So let's get it up in there and I'll show you what we did to it. So let me show you what we did to Mr. Clay's car here. Obviously, once again, let me stress the fact that this is not a licensed street vehicle. This is a race car. Actually, the owner has another GT500 that he drives on the street. But this is his road track car. So since it's a road track car, we talked about it, and what we decided to do was get a free-flowing exhaust system on this car, so that, you know, we could decrease some back pressure on the engine, lower the exhaust gas temperatures on it. Also, we changed the thermostat in the cooling system so it would run a little bit lower temperature in the coolant system, and keep the engine and everything else a little bit cooler as it goes around the track. So as you might would have guessed, we've done a race setup, mid-pipe setup on it. Still using the factory headers. And the customer wanted the car to be as loud as possible. So we've done a resonator delete. You can see that X pipe on there takes place of the factory resonator, and we just simply tied it into the rest of the factory exhaust system. The mufflers and tailpipes are all stock on this car, but I'll give you a sound clip here in a minute later in the video, and obviously you'll see it on the chassis dyno when we tune the car, how it sounds. Sounds really aggressive. I like how it sounds, but I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see the rubber, how it's peeled up on the side of that tire there. This car has been driven, and it's been driven hard, and it is track driven. This is not a drag race car. This is not a street car. This is a road course car. And anyway, I find it pretty cool to have a car like this in the shop. You don't see many set up like this, but It's really cool to see one that's being used as Ford intended it to be used. So anyway, we're going to get it down and get it strapped to the chassis dyno, tune the car, make a few pulls. We're not going to make big power with it, but it'll make a little bit more than what a stock one would, and get it out the door and back to the customer. All right, guys, we just got through making a couple dyno pulls on Clay's 2020 GT500, and we're real happy with how it turned out. I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you how it did. So we made a couple of pulls, one earlier, one later on during the day. The first pull, it made 744, 613, and after reviewing the data log, was noticing it wasn't reaching the time in advance that it should be, and we had a little bit of knot retard going on. And to me, that just right off the bat told me that the gasoline was lacking a little bit of octane. It's supposed to be 93 octane according to the owner, but we all know that just because it says 93 doesn't mean it's 93. So I talked to the owner, and he said, sure, let's put a little boost thing in the tank, enough to bump it up to where it should be, you know, a good strong 93 octane. And so we did, and put the boost thing in the tank, let it settle, come back and repeated the same tune, made another dyno pull, and we ended up with 763, 620. So you can see that fuel octane is everything on these boosted cars, and any car for that matter, but particularly boosted cars. Going over again what we did, we put a, I believe it was a SPE brand thermostat in it, 175 degrees. Changed that out where it would run a little bit cooler. We readjusted the fan temps in the tune so that the fans would kick on a little bit quicker, so it helped cool the car down and work better with that thermostat. And you also saw the exhaust mods that we done on the car. So we made some tuning changes also for the exhaust mods, mainly fueling changes that those mods allow you to do. And the spark and timing tables are still factory values. I felt that was just the best way to leave it for this particular car. And anyway, car ended up with 763. Just give you reference, guys, these cars do around 680, 690 bone stock. If you just bolt on a JLT, they'll be in the low 700s. So making 760 at the wheels is you know, a definite improvement, and well worth the time and effort that's been put in this car. And like I said, this is a road track, closed course road track car, and this should help our customer make a little better speed in the long stretches on the track. So anyway, he's pretty excited to get it back. We're excited to have gotten it done for him. And as always, guys, if we can help you with any kind of build like this, please hit us up and let us know. We'll be glad to help you out. Anyway, God bless each and every one of you, and we will see you again soon.